My name is Patrick Baker. My project is Jayu Network. My role in the team is founder. I hereby certify that the above statements are true, including the information that I have sent to Pinkcell. I understand that a false statement may result in illegal action being taken against me. In the past, some projects have used paid services to obtain documents of other people to use for KYC. These projects steal hundreds of thousands of, or even millions of dollars. I understand that in such a case, Pinkcell will publish my documents. These will also be forwarded to Interpol and other international police agencies to track me down and arrest me. Wherever I am in the world, I will face jail sentences and I will have to return all the money stolen from investors. This is true even if I have simply pretended to be involved in the project. I am taking full responsibility for this project's actions. I certify that I fully understand the legal implications of my KYC.
Wow. Absolutely insane. This is the type of stuff that these KYC and auditing companies are pushing out. Now, obviously, the video that we just watched is actually pretty heartbreaking because obviously this is not the founder of that project, right? This is just somebody that's been paid to go ahead and record this video. At least that's what it looks like. And this particular KYC company is Pinkcell. Now, Pinkcell has been known for multiple or hosting pre-sales for multiple rug projects or failed projects or people that just stole people's money. So it's absolutely insane that they are accepting that as KYC proof for this project and then giving them the stamp of approval to list their pre-sale so that they can go ahead and act maliciously and rug people for their money. Now, this is where truth seekers comes into play. So they're doing things very, very differently. Not only are they an auditing company, KYC company, but they actually give a fuck. And they have some pretty groundbreaking technology that I know myself, I am a big advocate for. I know I haven't had the chance to talk about truth seekers here on the channel before, but some of the stuff that they're doing, I think will benefit every single user within the deep crypto and DeFi space from an accountability aspect and just an overall transparency aspect. So like I said earlier, that is through Pinkcell. But there's multiple companies that are doing stuff like this, right? And it's not just the KYC stuff, it's also the auditing stuff. Well, because I've worked firsthand in a couple of different projects, I've even had auditing companies come to me and just say, well, it's going to cost you this much for the stamp of approval, which is absolutely insane. And that's the reason why in any project that I've ever been a part of, we've never even gone the route of getting an audit, right? Because it just seems like it's just a waste of money to pay somebody and have them give us the stamp of approval, quote unquote, when really they don't care. They're not actually reviewing the code, or maybe they are a little bit, but they're not alluding to some potential mistakes that we could fix or anything like that, or any other project could fix beforehand. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. And at the end of the day, it's a money thing, right? But that is where truth seekers chooses to be different. So I wanted to highlight them in this video today because, like I said, I feel like what they're doing is super important. I feel like some of the tech that they're going to be implementing with their wallet watcher stuff is revolutionary for the DeFi space. Overall, pretty awesome. They are having their pre-sale round starting tomorrow, so it begins in a day. We'll get into all the details on that because I think it has the potential to do extremely well. Obviously, anything that we talk about here on the channel is not financial advice. As always, like everything in crypto is still risky. Like you have the opportunity to lose money, but I do wanted to take a second to highlight some of the stuff that they're doing. So the first thing I want to do is kind of jump into their document section, take a deep dive, really give you an explanation of exactly what they're trying to accomplish. So the Truth Seekers Security Investment mission is accountability beyond. It will provide comprehensive audit and KYC services for cryptocurrency projects. Truth seekers will be governed via a set bylaws, which will be strictly followed by the advisory board. Controlled by a completely doxed and trusted team, truth seekers will implement these services and set a new industry standard in the crypto security software auditing and KYC process. So we all know, well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people watching this video right now know that Optimus had their contracts audited by truth seekers as well. And I think that was kind of an arduous process for them to go through, but they were able to get through the auditing process. And I did want to kind of highlight a little bit about what they offer when it comes to auditing. So it says we will provide a white glove, eyes on code approach, which is very important, right? Because this is, at the end of the day, this is what projects need, especially when we're talking about projects pre-launch. When people go to have their code audited, outside of the what that does for the community, right? There's also going to be some trust factors when a project goes and get audited, of course. But the reality of the situation is that for the most part, there's no dev or no developer that is 100% and gets everything right 100% of the time. So it's very important that they have their code reviewed, right? Their solidity reviewed by other people that know what they're doing and know how to read and write solidity. So that's super important. I love that they're taking an eyes-on approach when it comes to the code, right? Because, and like I said, when we're talking about pre-sale projects or projects that have not launched yet, that's crucial information for them to get and make any adjustments or changes necessary to the contract before they actually push it out. And then, they can mitigate any risks as far as malicious attacks and things like that, right? And that can be seen in their steps, right? So you request an audit, they review it, they remedy it, make any fixes, and then release the audit. They also obviously offer KYCs, and their KYCs are accompanied by wallet verification, which are monitored on our platform in real time. So very, very cool stuff when it comes to the auditing and KYC. But for the most part, we know what those things are. But when we talk about this Seeker wallet and the Wallet Watcher app, this is where things get pretty interesting. So Truth Seekers is creating their own wallet named the Seeker Wallet. So the Seeker Wallet is a proprietary software that will notify the user of the risk of interacting with a high-risk wallet, address, or contract. That's huge, right? That's huge. And to my understanding, it's going to be an extension for MetaMask that you can probably put onto your browser and be able to run things through that way. So just imagine, right? You're looking at getting into a new project and you have this Seeker wallet or extension installed on your computer or your MetaMask, however they choose to go about it. And you connect to a potential DApp, and it gives you a warning that in the past, one wallet that's connected to this specific protocol has rugged, right? So that's very, very crucial information. And that's the most transparent way possible to go about navigating the world of DeFi. And if you're like me, which I'm sure a lot of you are, you interact with a ton of different dApps on a daily basis and are always looking for the next best thing, right? So this is very crucial. It says the risk factors will be notified by a low, medium, or high risk alert before each transaction. A low risk score is given to wallets with a clean history. A medium risk score will be based on payments to apps such as Tornado Cash for 100 or less. Obviously, we know Tornado Cash is a way to kind of launder money. So it's good that they understand that as well. While high risk scores will be known as scam, terrorist, or money laundering wallets, we will also be monitoring wallet age to mitigate new wallet creation. So in my opinion, there's no way that this Seeker wallet app doesn't blow up, right? And you can see here, obviously they sync the same as well. So as of Q3 2022, there's over 30 million MetaMask monthly users, and we expect Seeker wallet extension to have over 1 million downloads by 2024. As further regulation inevitably comes, the demand for not only a secure but safe alternative will vastly increase. Only the Seeker wallet will be able to protect its users before connecting, which will make it which will make it a top security deterrent. Now, just based on that, like I'm in, right? That's huge for me. But they have more, right? So this Wallet Watcher app is also huge, and this is a way that they're going to be generating revenue as well. So the Wallet Watcher platform will be a subscription-based platform and paid for only by projects. It will allow the TrueSeeker team TrueSeeker users to verify each wallet on a project, multi-sig wallet, or contract. This ensures that all the wallets within the multi-sig wallet are controlled by separate owners. And if there are any changes within the multi-sig, an alert will go out to the TrueSeekers community. The subscription fees will be based on the size of the treasury verified by TrueSeekers, and this fee will be paid monthly. There is a $1,000 setup fee, which covers KYC of up to 4 individuals. The monthly fees are based on, like as a treasury size, right? So even if you're well, the majority of DeFi projects out there that have treasuries, which the majority of them do, have pretty large treasuries, right? So, even if you have $1 million treasury, it's only $500 a month, which is nothing to a project that has that to get this kind of stamp of approval. Now, shout out to Crypto Truth Bombs, Lou over there. It's funny, I actually seen him the other day in the Telegram for another project that's essentially an Optimus fork, and he was in there, trying to get them to come on board, do the audit, do the KYC, do the Wallet Watcher app. And I don't know if they followed through, but he did say that he would do it for free just to get them to jump in, because they said that they didn't have the funds. I don't know what's come of that, but it's cool to see him out there like pushing this on to projects. And what I can envision is, if you remember the early days when Obsidian Council started, before really the drama and the issues that surrounded Titano, right, and their KYC stuff, it was kind of almost a thing where you would join a project, and if they were or if they hadn't launched yet, people within that specific project's community would ask the team like, hey, are you guys going to KYC with Obsidian Council and get that badge of approval, because it was highly regarded at that time. Now, I don't know if that's still the case, but I can definitely see TrueSeekers filling that role as well, where people in the community of a new project are definitely going to be pushing people to do this, because if they don't, like, it's kind of like, well, why not? Like, well, what are you trying to hide, type of thing. And Crypto Truth Bombs Lou, he actually put out a bunch of content kind of talking about this actual issue, where people are going to have to essentially comply or else get kind of like a red stamp of approval, I guess you could say, in the Wallet Watcher app itself. They did also mention that they're going to be doing, I think, some videos or some live stream type of stuff to call out projects that haven't committed to joining the Wallet Watcher app and going that route. Now, I know that sometimes, or some people could think that could be construed as extortion, but the contrary is, like, I think that that's something that we really, really need within the space to protect all of us, right? And with regulation surely coming down the pipeline over the next couple of years, why not try to police ourselves first before we get, the government kind of hammering down on us, right? So very, very cool as it pertains to the Wallet Watcher app itself. When we talk about our investments and revenue, this is kind of tying into the Truth Token, which we'll get into the tokenomics of that here in a second and why this could be potentially a good play. But let's get into it. So, revenue, the primary source of revenue for TrueSeekers is the security services that they provide, right? Obviously, the auditing, the KYC, and the Wallet Watcher app. This revenue will be invested throughout the cryptocurrency space to provide the best returns for TrueSeekers and holders of the Truth Token. Profits from these investments will be used to buy back the TrueSeekers token, right? So very, very interesting stuff there. Which is why they're having the release of their Truth token, which goes on pre-sale tomorrow. Also, I did want to mention that when it comes to their KYCs, their audits, they're not taking payment in a specific project's like native token, which is huge as well. Because if an auditing or KYC company is taking payment in their native token, then they have a vested interest not or to make sure that this project does well, or to make sure that they don't release any information, which is sketchy as hell. So I'm glad to see that they are doing the opposite and not taking any native tokens for any projects that they're going to be auditing, KYCing, or implementing this Wallet Watcher app with. So investments, an investment example is a validator node or validator nodes on chains such as AVAX, Phantom, DAG, and ETH, which are typically too expensive for the average investors. They also mentioned bots and day trading will also be implemented by an experienced DeFi investment manager for the truth seekers. So revenue pools, our liquidity pool will be held on Kyoto Swap, which will be earning a yield. The community can also stake their Truth/BUSD liquidity pool tokens for K-Swap token rewards. The APR will be one of the highest on Kyoto Swap and will reward liquidity pool holders. So that's another way to generate revenue for yourself, other than just holding the token and experience price appreciation, if that is what's happening. Again, there's inherent risk involved when we're talking about a token that has no buy tax, but we'll get into that. Also, Truth Seekers partnership with Kyoto Swap will be multifaceted. We will acquire 3 Kyoto nodes while including DAG and AVAX nodes. Mining and bot trading will also be added later as passive income streams. We are currently testing bots to see the results before we deploy treasury funds. Results so far have been around 7% over the last 30 days. Also, they have the Wallet Watcher for projects and their monthly subscription fee. That is what we discovered in what we talked about here, all these numbers here. Wallet Watcher, $9.95 monthly fee to get alerts first for retail holders. And what those alerts are, right? So if, let's just say Optimus, for example, since they are already going to be implementing this Wallet Watcher, once they release that, you can set up the alerts for Optimus, right? So if you see, or if they notice any kind of big, large lump sums of money entering and exiting the specific wallets that they've KYC'd with, then you get alerted. So that way you can be able to get out potentially or make the best decision for your specific financial situation. So really it's invaluable information that otherwise we've never had really access to, other than, keeping your eyes and sitting in front of the blockchain on your computer 24 hours a day, which is, it's not possible, right? So that's awesome. KYC business, audit business, Seeker wallet, and security apps, buyout of e-commerce software firms and security-based software products, tax revenue. So within their actual token, their Truth token, they have a sell tax of 5% the first year, and we'll get into some of the details there post-launch, and can be renewed or changed by community vote after the first year. So this is going to have very much so a DAO approach to how things are actually taking place within the community, like I said, based on a vote. They have NFTs, royalty fees from the NFT collections, investments and other projects in seed or pre-sale phases. And then the security investment. Truth Seekers investment will purchase 20% ownership stake in Truth Seekers security. Truth Investments will operate the token for the Truth ecosystem and long-term vision. This setup allows flexibility and long-term growth for both firms. Both firms are registered entities in the British Virgin Islands. Truth Investment is a DAO and will be fully decentralized and run by the community. The long-term success of Truth Seekers will drive revenues to the Truth Investment Treasury and demand for the overall Truth token. So rewards, they put a disclaimer here that rewards are based on overall health of the company, and they reserve the right to pause or halt rewards to ensure solvency. Now let's get into the launch or the pre-sale rather. Like I said, that starts tomorrow. Here's what that site looks like. I'll leave the link to the True Seekers website down below in the description of today's video. But no buy tax on the Truth token. There is a 10% sale tax for the first 2 weeks, and then that drops to 5% over the next 12 months. That 5% sale tax, how that is split up. So 2.5% gets sent to a burn wallet, and the remaining 2.5% is sent to the True Seekers Treasury for future investments. Pretty standard stuff there. After 12 months, the sale tax can be lowered to 0% tax after a DAO vote by the community or by the holders. So the holders could also decide to keep the sale tax or modify the tax based on the current public sentiment at that time. Of course, they're going to be doing buybacks with the treasury. So a portion of the treasury, the True Seekers Treasury will use a portion of the net profits after expenses to buy back and burn the Truth token. This makes the Truth token deflationary from day one, which is something that I love, right? We all know the impacts of having a deflationary token or holding a inflationary token. So it's good to see that there's finally something out here that's going to be launching that is deflationary from day one. It also reinforces the long-term investment as the treasury goes. The sale tax of 5% will also burn tokens from day one. Their community-driven utility and voting. We've kind of already talked about the DAO implementation there. Here's kind of a breakdown of the total supply, how much is going to pre-sale offering. So basically, if you wanted to jump into this pre-sale, the pre-sale price is 50 cents. The launch price will be 60 cents. So there is a potential 10% gain right from the launch of the protocol. So the Truth token launch price will be 60 cents. Of all the money raised, 10% will be allocated to liquidity pool and paired with BUSD, with the remainder allocated to the treasury. So this pre-sale offering, they're looking at selling, or they have these tokens offered up, 7.1 million tokens for their pre-sale. And I believe they're looking at raising $1.9 million in BUSD. So we'll see how that pre-sale goes. I imagine it will go pretty well. They've already have, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 people in their Discord. Plenty of YouTubers like myself are on board with what they're doing because we all think it's important and it's what's needed in the community. They're partnering with some of the biggest protocols in the DeFi space as of right now. So very, very, very cool. Also, any unsold or unused tokens will go to the treasury for later use determined by the team. This can include adding liquidity, staking systems, liquidity pool for games, burns, future projects, and buying out other projects and VC buys as well. So all in all, very, very cool stuff. Obviously, when it comes to the team, you got a couple people on here, some other YouTubers, Lou, Crypto Truth Bombs, we got Aaron, Dow King, which these guys are both pretty cool. Danielle, Nick, and Mark. So that's the team there. They also have this advisory board yet to be completed. Here's a glimpse of their roadmap. But all in all, very, very cool. I know myself, again, not financial advice, but I'm definitely going to attempt to take part in this pre-sale as long as I can get to it in time. Like I said, I'm sure this is something that is bound to sell out relatively quickly. Granted, $1.9 million is a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, especially in the bear market. So other than that, guys, I think that's going to really wrap up everything that I wanted to cover as it pertains to True Seekers. Overall, I think that this is something that is crucial for the transparency and the forward momentum for DeFi and crypto as a whole. Let me know what you guys think about True Seekers down below in the comment section of today's video. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.